Hey, welcome back to MFO, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to another episode. It's Monday, and we have quite the episode for you today. Major League Fishing has sent the anglers that are fishing the pro circuit a video revealing the new lockbox, or what I'm going to call the timer box. You remember that last year we fished one day where we could use forward-facing sonar, and then the next day they had a little orange box that they would lock up our cables because we weren't able to use forward-facing sonar on the second day. This year, they're saying that we can use forward-facing sonar for 3 consecutive hours each day of fishing. And so what they need to do is have a box that locks up the cables, prevents the connection of forward-facing sonar, except for those 3 hours that you choose to use it. So they have come up with a device, which I'm about to show you, about how this procedure is going to be enforced, or how they're going to enable us to make sure that we're only using it for those 3 hours. Guys, stick around. I'm going to actually show you. I got permission to show you the video that they sent to us, as well as the device itself, and then we'll talk about it. Stick around. You're going to want to see it. Welcome back to Mark Fisher Outdoors, everybody. I'm Mark Fisher. So I'm about to play for you the video that Kevin Hunt sent to us, which shows the timer box that we're going to be using in the Major League Pro Circuit. And again, this box is going to prevent us from using forward-facing sonar, except during the 3 hours each fishing day that we choose to use it. So I'm not going to talk right now. I'm going to show you the video first so that you learn just what we learned when this went out, and then we'll talk about it after that. So watch this.
Kevin Hunt here with Major League Fishing. I'm excited to present to you the electronic lockbox for 2026. This is what we'll be using on the Tackle Warehouse Pro Circuit. As you notice here on the outside, we have the 2 latches. As you open it up, inside is the components for the actual lockbox. On the outside here is where your slots for your cords, your electronic cords will go right in there. Here is your key, your on and off switch that only the MLF staff will have access to. As you put your cords in there, you can close the box with the 2 latches and you will be good to go. When you get the lockbox from registration, it will display an L on the screen. Once you get the lockbox, feel free to open it up. When you open it up, it will start counting, and that means it's working and ready to go. After registration, we want to encourage you to go ahead and put your lockbox on your boat. Let us know if you have any issues. The lockbox will reset in the middle of the night. The morning of, it will display an L. Make sure once that L is displayed, do not reopen the box. Every morning, our staff will check your lockbox at the ramp, so everyone must go through the check at the ramp. They will double check and make sure your cords are in the slot. Make sure it is latched and an L displayed. Once you determine to use your forward-facing sonar, your 3 hours start once you open this box. You simply open the box and your timer will start. You take your cords out, attach them to your unit, make sure you close the lockbox back, and then start fishing. As you continue to use your forward-facing sonar, you have 3 hours of continuous time. The counter will continue to click upward at 2:55 all the way to 2:59. There will be an alarm sounding, letting you know, hey, it's time to put your cords into the lockbox. At that time, when you decide, go ahead and put your cords in there. Make sure that you have the lockbox locked as well, and an OK will display on the screen. At that time, if the OK is displayed, you know that you will not be penalized. At the end of the day, everyone will go through boat check just as normal. But once you've weighed in and pull your boat out of the water, you must go by the lockbox station and verify your lockbox. Again, everyone must go by that lockbox station to verify that your lockbox has OK on it so that you're not penalized. We're excited about this upcoming season. As always, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Look forward to seeing you on the water.
So there you have it, guys. That's the lockbox. Kind of a bigger box here with 2 clasps. There's some concerns that I have. Not about the rules themselves. I think it's pretty cut and dry. You take your cords out, you hook them up, that's part of your 3 hours time. So that time that it takes you to hook them up and get your forward facing sonar going, that's part of your 3 hours. You fish using your forward facing. With about 5 minutes before it's time, you take your cords off, you unscrew them, put them back in the box, latch it. That's pretty straightforward. Some questions about, man, what if that box accidentally pops open? I don't know if it's going to. I don't know. I've already kind of thought, maybe I need to have a roll of duct tape to go around those latches after I open it up. Or what if the box opens up prior to the time that I want to use the forward facing or things like that? There's some questions, but like anything new, we're going to have to figure out how all of that stuff works and hope that Major League Fishing kind of recognizes that, okay, there might be some things that happen that they didn't plan for. So we'll see how that goes when we get into the first tournament. Our first tournament's coming up. It's on the Harris Chain, and it's the beginning of February. So we'll see how that all works out. Interesting technology that they're using. Not exactly what I had pictured when I heard about it last year, but I think it can work. I'm absolutely interested to hear what your questions or concerns are about that. Help me out. Help me to problem solve about, what you would do if you were in this situation where you had to use this box to activate your forward-facing sonar. I know a lot of you guys are going to say, I just wouldn't use it. But let me know. I'd appreciate your comments. And, what do you think the potential downfalls of this could be? Well, my biggest concern is I don't want to get penalized for a piece of Major League Fishing's equipment. Certainly if something happens on my boat, my motor, my trolling motor, whatever, if there's an equipment failure, that's on me. But if their equipment fails and I get DQ'd or I get penalized, that's going to be an issue that I have a problem with. And so we'll have to see. Keep in mind, we are required to have GoPros running all the time as well. So I think if the box blew open because we hit a big wave or something along those lines, using GoPro footage should be able to, at least show, hey, that wasn't me monkeying around with the rules. This is what opened the box up. I think if I, for example, if I've got my GoPro and I say, okay, you see I'm opening up the box, here's the time, it's 9 o'clock. And then when I'm go to close it, okay, see, it's 12 o'clock, I'm closing it. And then 2 hours later, I hit a big wave and it opened up accidentally. I could probably do enough to back up the fact that I went by the rules. Now, whether or not they would, accept that, or whether they would say, nope, sorry, the thing didn't say okay, and so we're going to have to DQ you. That's, that's yet to come. We'll have to see how that plays out, if in fact it plays out with an angler in the circuit this year. But guys, let me know what you think about it. But you probably are not seeing this in a whole lot of other YouTube channels, so we appreciate it. And if you like what we bring to you each Monday through Friday, I'd certainly ask that you hit that subscribe button, hit the hype button to hype up it helps the channels. Send us your comments, hit the like button. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you again tomorrow for another episode of Mark Fisher Outdoors. Take care, everybody.